Good morning, everybody. My name is Christine Hernandez. I'm the livestock manager here at Heifer Ranch for Heifer USA, and I am taking you on a 360-degree tour of our sheep chores. So today is a Monday, and so everyone was in their paddock grazing for the weekend, and it's time to get them moved to a new space. So it's our breeding season. So we have all of our sheep separated up into multiple smaller flocks so they can all be with one ram. So this is just one of our groups. We have 130 ewes. So we have 4 rams, and so each ram had just over 30 ewes. We had one group just now, once the second breeding season started, I combined them with one ram and took our 4th ram out. So we are down to 3 groups. 2 groups each have about 30 to 31 sheep, and our second group has 60. The ram in this group, his name is Norris. He's a beautiful brown Katahdin. So we have Katahdin hair sheep, which are mainly used for meat. Since we are breeding in the fall, we are expecting our lambing season to start around the 25th of February. So we are going to go ahead and get these girls moved to a new paddock. They have been conditioned over the many years to respond to a call. And so I just simply say, "Come on, sheep," and if they're being well behaved, they'll follow me to where they need to go. If it's just a nice short move down the road across a fence line, I can typically do it by myself. If we're going a little bit further, where we have some road intersections we need to go by, having another helper makes things go a little bit smoother. But with this group, we're just simply going down the road through a gate. So hopefully they listen to me and are well behaved. Once one ewe starts paying attention to me, starts coming this way, they have the really big flocking instinct, so everyone else will follow. It's a little bit more difficult during the breeding season because my leader sheep, she's number 5, she's in a different group. So it's when they get separated into these smaller groups that each group needs to develop a new leader for that smaller flock. And I think it's going to be this one right here staring at me. Here we go. Come on, sheep. Let's go. Here we go. Come on. Good job. Come on. So I have their gate closed that we're going to be going through because I want to make sure I get everyone's attention. Everyone is up close together before I open that gate so that we can all move at the same time. You don't want to leave anyone behind or take half the group first and expect the other half to follow. I like to get everyone's heads up, looking at me, moving my way before I open up that gate for them. Here we go, sheep, let's go. Come on. Good job, this way. Come on. We're moving. Here we go. Good job, ladies. Come on. Come on. Here we go. Come on. This way. Come on. Here we go. Good job, girl. Come on. Everyone follow. Let's go. Good job. Here we go. Come on. Good job. We're going down the road. It's a good thing that they're not like running around acting crazy. They're not all that hungry. So I planned their amount of time in that pasture just right. Here we go, girls. All right, sheep, come on. We're going this way. Come on, Uno girl, bring them with ya. Here we go. Yeah, this was supposed to be an easy move. Yeah. Good girls. Yep, let's get moving. There we go. No, we're going this way. Come on. Here we go. So that is Uno, one of our livestock guardian dogs. We also have Sam. And since we have our sheep in multiple groups, they are just going group to group, doing their job. Sometimes they have the opposite effect when we are trying to move them, just like now. And sometimes they lead them right to where we want them to go. And so we have 2 guardian dogs for 130 sheep. And so our main predators will be coyotes that we have here, and then also just local domestic dogs can be a big problem too. Good job, girls. Yep, head on down there, down the road. We're going down the road. Girlfriends, that's the wrong way. I know, you don't know what you want from me. I'm sorry. Very good. So all green butts in this group. No one has been marked red. So no one has come back into heat a second time. So that's excellent. Good job, Norris. There we go. So we just got the sheep flock moved into their new paddock. They are out there grazing, picking out all the really good stuff first. We have their temporary water hooked up right here. We just use the same portable waters like we use for our pastured pork, our forested pork operation. It's really nice that they're multi-species. You can use them for any species that we have here. They're nice and light. Dump them out and just move them to wherever the sheep are going to. We do have this pasture separated up into 2 paddocks. So we have a temporary electric fence going across half of it. We can get up there closer in just a second. It's just a 2-strand fence. I'm going to go put our charger on it. I like the Gallagher chargers. This is a Gallagher S40. In other videos you may have seen we use the S100 for our pigs. So we'll go put this on there, see how hot the fence is. Okay. As the water's filling up, we can go and check our fence. 7.1 kilovolts. That is excellent. That should do exactly what we need it to do and keep the sheep inside. So I like to use these orange Gallagher posts. You can buy them individually or in boxes of 50. They just have the notches at the perfect height for sheep and for pigs. These are also multi-species use here, as well as the wire. So with the sheep, they know to respect this fence, and so I'm able to keep them in with just 2 strands of temporary wire. So I put it on the 3rd notch and then on the 5th notch. And if we are doing our leader follower with our cattle herd, we can use these same exact posts, and then that cattle wire will just go on that very top notch. The next thing we will get ready for them is their mineral and their baking soda. So we give our sheep access to mineral all the time. I like to put it close to their water. We use loose mineral so that they don't have to work very hard to get what they need, compared to like a mineral block or something similar. And then we also give them a little bit of, it's just baking soda, sodium bicarbonate. It's how you can buy it at the store. And that is just a rumen buffer. So once they consume that, that helps keep their rumen at the proper pH so that all the microbes in their rumen can digest the forage that they're consuming. And their intake of both the baking soda and the mineral are going to change depending on the season, depending on what they're able to get from that forage. So we just make sure that they have it in front of them all the time so that they can consume what they need when they need it. And so I do see 3 ewes out here with some red markings on their tail head. So that is telling me that they did not get bred that first time around, but that they just got rebred during the 2nd heat cycle. So the sheep breeding season, we breed naturally in the fall once the day lengths are shorter. That's when they'll naturally come into heat. And so we have our sheep separated into smaller groups with 1 ram per group. The sheep with the green on their tail heads, that was the first color we used for our breeding season. The red is the 2nd color. And if we do a 3rd heat cycle where we put everyone together with 1 ram, he's our cleanup ram, so he should catch anyone that didn't get bred during the first 2 heat cycles. We're going to use a black marking crayon that will cover up that red. So I'm going to get my binoculars out and my record sheet and see if I can't figure out which ewes are marked with the red. I'll see if I can't place you guys out here a little bit closer to them. So the ram that's in this group, he's right over there with the black harness on. His name is Chuck. We'll go see our other rams. We have Norris and we have Jerry. So something interesting about the 3 girls that have been marked red, all 3 of them are actually my replacement ewe lambs. So they are ewes that I picked out of this spring's lamb crop to get bred and to stay in our sheep flock. So I'm not surprised at all that they are marked with red. they're younger. Now let's see if I can't figure out what number they are. So when I do my breed checks, I just look at their ear tag and then I mark down the date that they were marked by the ram. And then their gestation period is about 148 days, 5 months or so. So this will give me a really good idea of when most of my lambs will be hitting the ground. So we have the sheep moved into their new paddock. We have their electric fence on and it's hot, 7.1 kilovolts. Their minerals out. Everything is all set. So now we just, take a few minutes to observe everybody, make sure everyone looks healthy. We're looking for anyone that could be limping, so that would show that they have a hoof issue. Anyone that may have like a dirty butt or signs of diarrhea, which could lead to signs of parasites. Anyone that doesn't have a very good body condition score. So everyone out here looks really, really healthy, really good. For their grazing, you want to look at their left side. So their rumen is on their left side. So right in front of their hips on their left side, if that's sunken in a little bit, that is showing you that their rumen isn't full. So that means that they need to be moved to a new paddock, have some more forage available to them to get their rumen nice and full. We just moved in here. Everyone is out grazing, picking out what they want. They're all nice and spread out. They look good. This charger is a little different than the other one I showed you. This is the Gallagher S100. This is my absolute favorite charger to use, especially for the pigs. It's great for sheep as well because it has 2 settings. So, clean off your solar panel a little bit. We have our temporary grounding rod hammered in with our green clip going to the ground, our red clip going to the fence. I like to clip it as close to a post as possible. If you do it in the middle between posts, it tends to have your line sag down a lot. So once all that is connected, this S100 has 2 different settings. It has a wildlife setting and a livestock setting. If you choose the wildlife setting, it sends out a current more often than if you were to use the livestock setting. So this one is at 7.2 kilovolts, so that's fantastic. Top one's a little less. But you want to make sure that your solar charger is facing the south so that it gets good sun to collect and store. And we're all set. So we have the water, this mineral, and baking soda, and the fence. And the sheep are happy and content, out grazing, picking up all the good stuff. Good morning. So this is our third group. This one has our Dorper Ram, and with the girls, his name is Jerry. We wanted to add some Dorper genetics to our flock to help see if adding a more muscular breed will help increase the weight of our lambs when it's time to go to processing. So far, raising the pure Katahdins with the Katahdin Dorper crosses, they're growing at the same rate. Everything is pretty level and balanced between the two. So overall, the Dorpers are doing a great job, as well as just our pure Katahdins. So Jerry has about 30 ewes in with his group. As you can see, there's lots of green tail heads out there. Everyone has been marked green, so everyone was bred during that first 17-day heat cycle. It's been 4 days since the second heat cycle began, since we gave Jerry that red marking crayon, and there are no red tail heads out here, so no one has been rebred during this cycle just yet. They're going to stay in this pasture for one more day, and then we'll move them over to the civil pasture that's behind me here, just to help clean up some of the forage in there. And then after this second heat cycle, we're going to go ahead and put all the females back together and probably just leave one ram in there. And I think I'm going to stick with Chuck, who is one of our Katahdin rams. But overall, everything is going well. Everyone seems happy and content, chewing their cud, hanging out together.
Now, see how breeding season pays off during spring lambing with this video, which includes a live lamb birth. Or learn every single step of raising sheep for profit with this video.